Hey guys, let's jump in and see what wants to come through today. I hope y'all are doing well. If you're looking to book a personal reading with me, you can find all the info in the description box below. All right, let's jump in. I have a couple coming out here. I have the initiator. I overcome resistance and do what must be done now. And I have the teacher. I study and share wisdom with those who will value it. Okay, so this is looking like a beautiful energy of just saying that you already know what needs to be done. Okay, this can be in relation to anything. Okay, so as I dive a little bit deeper into the reading, I'm going to be able to get a little more specific here. But basically, the gist of this so far is just saying that you know what needs to be done. Even though there might be a little bit of resistance to doing it, you already know that whatever it is you're going to be doing or planning to doing or trying to be doing is something that definitely needs to be done because it can be beneficial to others. Okay, this could even be something indicative of you stepping into your mission and purpose in this life, whatever your heart and soul's calling is, or what you would consider to be your destiny here. And this is just saying that there may be something that you have to offer the world that needs to be shared, and you know it deep down inside. And so this may also be a call to action to say, hey, whatever it is you're feeling and longing in your heart and soul to do, this is what you should be doing. Okay, so you're on track with what you're feeling right now. Okay, let's keep going. See what else wants to come through. This could also mean that you already are someone of this sphere of influence. Okay, you could be a literal teacher in regards to what your calling is, or this could be something where you are the person with a sphere of influence of some kind, and you are helping to teach and assist others through challenging moments in their time, or you're sharing your wisdom from your experience with others in order to help them traverse the things that they've had to endure that are similar to yours. And now that you've moved beyond those things, you're wise to the wisdom that they need in order to traverse those things a little more easily. Okay, so place this as it will. Okay, this could be a variety of things here. I have go inward. It is time to connect with your inner child. Okay. So again, this sounds to me like there's a little bit of an inner calling here, an inner longing here that is saying that you want something more in life. There's some kind of calling to you right now that is saying there's more to life than this. And I want to feel more fulfilled in this life. And I know that I can. And usually when we're feeling that type of way, we may not always have the answers of exactly what we want to do in regards to that. Okay. We just kind of have the feeling where we're like, yeah, there's just got to be more to life than this. There's no way that clocking in and out Monday through Friday and, just grinding it out each day is all that there is to life. And then like when I'm like 70 something years old, then I finally retire. I just broke a hip. What am I going to do with that? So like I worked my whole life for this, to finally start living. And so there's something that might be calling to your heart and your soul, which would be your inner child, is saying, let's play, let's have fun. I know there's something you've been longing to do. So hear me when I'm giving you this call of saying, let's have fun in life. Let's create our life in a way that is enjoyable because you can. Okay. Everything's possible. When you're coming from a childlike energy, I mean, think back when you were a kid. Did you really just sit there and think of all of the troubles, all of your to-do list, all of your responsibilities? No, you were just like, I just want to go like, skateboard. I want to go to the park. And then you just did. You know what I mean? So this is asking you to do the same thing. Heed the call of your inner child and, create a life that you find joyful and fun because there's something deep down inside of you that already knows that it wants to do this. Okay. You have survived 100% of the obstacles in your life. You've got this. Give yourself credit. You have come so far in life. Keep going. Okay. And your mantra here is saying, I will keep going. I was born to shine. Okay. Again, this is what I'm saying. Step into life already. Okay. Start living. Don't wait till you break a hip and you can't do anything. You're like, what am I going to do in my wheelchair? Just wheeling myself around. And, I'm old and I don't know what to do anymore. Okay. So the time is now. And even then, even if you find yourself to be of an older age, that's okay too. I'm not, throwing out these things to anybody here like that, but it's just saying that it's never too late. You're never too old to live your dreams and begin creating a life that you actually want and desire. One that you wake up each day, you actually want to live and feel alive. Okay. So this is what is calling to you right now. Well, let's pull some tarot and just kind of see what else is coming out here. All right. Let's get the overall energy of the situation here. Oh, I have too many coming out, guys. Sorry about that. The energies have been pretty intense. I've been trying to film and not going easy for me, so bear with me, okay? Okay, here we go. I have the Two of Cups coming out as well as the Eight of Cups coming out here. And this is just saying that I want to walk away from things that are no longer serving me. We have the Eight of Cups and the Two of Cups coming out, which combined create the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is your ultimate joy, your ultimate happiness, the ultimate, pot under the of gold under the rainbow here, okay? And this is saying this is what is calling to you right now. Okay. But there's nothing that I'm telling you that's new. You likely already know this. There's something in you that wants to be more fulfilled and knows that there's something more fulfilling out there for you. Okay. It's just a matter of you taking the steps and moving toward it. This could even be in regards to a relationship. I'm talking about creating a life in regards to maybe a career or something like that. But this could even be moving toward a relationship that is more significant to you, something that makes you more happy and brings you more joy. Maybe you've been with someone for a long time and you've been dating and that's been good and all. Okay. Maybe you're fine with that. But then now you're starting to realize, well, I kind of changed a lot myself since, I've been with this particular person. And now I'm finding that I'm longing for something different. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we feel really guilty when we're desiring a whole different experience, when the experiences that we're already in or the relationships we're already in are just fine. There might not be anything wrong with them at all, okay? So when you're in Eight of Cups and you're kind of walking away from things that aren't serving you anymore, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad. They could just be that, hey, we're just no longer in alignment, and that's okay. We grow and change. If you think back 5 years, 5 years ago, who were you then? Are you the same person? Probably not. Okay, so if you got in these relationships, or you got into a job or some, whatever you've been doing, just because you're not aligned anymore 5 years later doesn't mean that there's anything wrong. It just means that you're growing, you're evolving, you're leveling up, and now you might be feeling this calling inside of you because there is more for you to experience. You're a whole different person, okay? So let's go further into this and kind of see what this is. But, the heart wants what the heart wants. And if you're longing for something more, then get it. Life is too short. You only get one, okay? All right, let's take a look at the recent past here. All right, with the recent past, I have the Nine of Pentacles and I have the Tower coming in here. Okay, so the recent past, there might have been some situation that rocked your world here. Okay, this Tower could have been a literal knock to your independence. You might have been walking around thinking you're good, thinking everything's fine, everything's well established in your life, and then bam, here comes the Tower. Okay, this tower moment could have even been a moment of clarity. It could be that you're even single or something, and you're just kind of suddenly having this sudden revelation of just like, what am I doing? Like, there's got to be more than this. There's got to be more to life than this. Okay. And now here comes the search. Okay. You might barely be entering into this search. You might barely be entering into this territory. Or this could be that, epiphany that came into play in the recent past. And now you're in an energy of like, all right, what am I going to do? What can I change? How can I create a life that is conducive to my ultimate joy and happiness and my ultimate experience? Okay. Let's take a look at the present energy and then I'll have a better idea. Okay, in the present energy, I have a few things. I have the Knight of Pentacles, I have the Four of Pentacles, and I have the Knight of Wands. Okay, so again, this is telling me here that you're wanting to take careful action here. Okay, so there's clearly a desire here. Okay, you have the Knight of Pentacles and you have the Knight of Wands here, which is basically saying, hey, I have a desire of going somewhere. I kind of have an idea of the direction that I want to go. But with the Four of Pentacles here, you're just kind of like, but I'm not. Okay, so there's some kind of resistance here that I'm sensing where basically you have, your heart and your mind are in alignment. They want to move forward. They want to have this joyful experience and create something new, but then they're just not. Okay, so I'm not sure what the resistance here is, but it's definitely when we're contemplating significant change in our life or any change at all, we tend to hesitate. Okay, so this is a normal, period to be in. We kind of make our way through different, stages of change. Okay, if you will, and you are in the stage where might be a little bit like, yes, I want this change, and then you're kind of just sitting still. That's okay. But this is going to be your confirmation, your validation of saying that things are really aligning for you. That whatever it is your heart and soul desires at this time, whatever it is you want to do and where you want to go and what you want to change and walk away from and leave behind and go toward the new is in alignment for your highest and greatest good. Okay. So whatever is holding you back, whatever resistance you're having, make sure that you're taking careful, contemplated steps, that you're planning things out appropriately so you don't just act, recklessly. But this is just saying that once you have the steps and that plan in place, then start moving toward it, okay? Let's take a look at the near future. With the near future, I have the Five of Pentacles and I have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, in the near future here, it's just kind of saying there's a little bit of, conflicting energy here. With the Five of Pentacles, it might be a little bit of just kind of like, oh, now, I'm feeling a little bit of a loss. I'm feeling a little bit of, change here with this Eight of Pentacles. I'm needing to put in work and time and energy into this dream of mine. And so you might be feeling a little bit, you might be struggling with some self-esteem and self-worth here, issues here with the Five of Pentacles. This could also just be a feeling of just kind of feeling like there's no hope, there's no help. What do I do? How do I continue to work on this? Where is this going exactly? Okay, so you might be struggling just a little bit to kind of get things off the ground here, okay? Or you might be really holding back in this Four of Pentacles because you're kind of like, well, I want to live this dream, I want to make these changes, but financially, I just can't. I'm kind of stuck right now. Okay, so here in the near future, this is just saying then, maybe then to avoid some of this energy where you're feeling a lack of finances and resources here when you jump into it, and then you're kind of getting into a lot of work. This is saying that you may still need to invest in these changes, but maybe you need to keep things a little bit the same right now and slowly make that change until then you can fully transition into whatever change you want. So say for instance, you want to change careers. Okay. You don't want to just be like, all right, she said go, let's do this. And then you quit your job and then you're like, now what? Okay, so you may want to stay in your current job, but this is saying then, okay, well, what do I need to do to make this dream come true? What do I need to do the job that I actually want to do? So do I need to go back to school and get a certificate? This is saying that I will slowly begin the steps to lay the foundation for that change so that when I have things adequately set, I can then fully move into that and integrate into that life and that experience fully and completely. Okay. So just make sure that you're making wise decisions here, wise choices, and that you're doing your due diligence and taking actionable steps toward this. Okay. There may be a need to actually put in money. Okay. So here with the near future and the Five of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, this may be saying, hey, you might need to put some money into this. Again, if you need to go get a certification in order to move into the career that you actually want to be doing, that's more fulfilling to you, you need to invest money in that. It's going to cost you money to take the course, okay? So you might need to take a risk here and be willing to put money into that course. And then you might be, kind of struck for just a little bit. And then once you move fully into that, then you can regain that back, okay? So this could play out in a variety of ways. But again, just do your due diligence and make sure that you're taking steps that are still conducive to you being able to take care of your current financial obligations and responsibilities while being able to transition into this life that you're hoping for, okay? Let's get some advice on this situation here. If there's something that I haven't told you that maybe I'm not thinking of here. The advice here is the Seven of Cups. Okay, so this is just kind of a, saying here the advice is just don't get lost in the sauce here, okay? Don't allow yourself to get too confused. There are a lot of options out here, okay? So maybe you don't know specifically how this dream is going to come into fruition here, okay? Maybe you're just kind of like, I know I want change. I know I'm unfulfilled and I know I want to be fulfilled and I know I want to make a difference or I want to make some changes here in my life, but I don't exactly know what to do. Okay, so the Seven of Cups means you might have a variety of options here, and you need to carefully choose these things, okay? Because not every cup is going to be a great option here, okay? So again, this is saying use your discernment, use your due diligence, and once you do know what you want to experience and create, start making moves toward it, okay? So if you don't exactly know what you want to do, this is a good time to just test it out, okay? So say you want to be a dog walker, right? Okay, but you never walked dogs before. You never even maybe even had a dog, okay? But you want to walk dogs, okay? So then this is just saying, well, then do something for that, okay? Maybe start by offering to walk your neighbor's dog, just one dog, and do it after work. And just kind of see how it goes. See what kind of money you can make off of that. See if there even is, a market for what it is you want to go into. Whatever this is, this doesn't have to be career. Again, I'm throwing out career because it's just a little bit easy to kind of reference to for people, but this can go through a variety of situations in your life of where you want to make change and just be happy in, okay? So just maybe toss some ideas around a little bit, daydream a little bit here with the Seven of Cups, and just kind of like see what it would feel like to be in that energy, okay? So when you're daydreaming, think about, okay, well, if I did do that, you got to think about what would it be like if I actually was doing it right now? What would that feel like? What would it look like? What would it feel like? Okay, so once you start kind of imagining like that, you're going to get a better idea of the feel of it, and then you're going to find out which options feel good to you and which ones don't. And that's a really great starting point for you. Okay, so let's get what's hidden here. Maybe there's something that you're not seeing that would prove helpful. What's hidden here is the King of Cups. Okay. So the King of Cups here is just saying that what's hidden here is just a heart longing, a heart desire. This is saying that there's something deep down inside of your heart and soul that just really longs to be fulfilled. Okay. This is something that really is desiring to be, experience something very fulfilling in their life. Okay. Very, very deeply. Okay. So I understand where you're coming from. Again, I know that desire, that longing that you're feeling. But again, make sure that whatever decisions you're making, whatever moves you're making, still make them, but do them that are in a way that are conducive to your well-being, in a way that you're still able to take care of your responsibilities and maintain your livelihood until you can transition more into that in the meantime, okay? But what can you do in the meantime for now to at least dip your toe into the pond of the experience, okay? Let's take a look at what you don't see coming in the coming weeks. I have the Three of Pentacles coming out in the coming weeks with strength on the bottom of the deck here, okay? So with the Three of Pentacles coming out here in the coming weeks, this is saying that there might be a situation where you need to collaborate with others. This could be that, you maybe, again, like I was saying earlier, you want to walk dogs? Well, then maybe you can walk the neighbor's dog and start to get some experience, start to kind of get out there and show people what you're capable of. Show them your skills and abilities in regards to, what this is, so that you can then begin to get others involved in it, or you're going to then maybe put yourself out there. So maybe you're an artist and you've been creating for a really long time, but you've really only kept those things to yourself. Okay, but maybe it's time for you to share it with the world. Maybe it's time for you to put those paintings out there so that maybe people could actually see them and want to buy them. Maybe just test the waters, okay? Don't hold yourself too, hard on these things. If people don't respond the way you think they should, don't set up any expectations whatsoever. But maybe you can put it out there on display, show your work, show your progress, what you're passionate about, and then see what the response is, okay? Or again, like I said, test the experience. This may be where you may need to get a mentor, okay? So again, like I said, this is the strength card on the bottom, and this is saying that you might need to have a little bit of courage, a little bit of strength to either go out and do some research in regards to what it would take to make this dream come true, or maybe you need to find yourself a mentor here in the near future that would help guide you through this and help guide you in the steps that you need to take in order to make this dream come true, okay? So whatever this is here, I think the energies are really good for you. Just make sure that you're doing your due diligence, and I think you're going to make a lot of things possible for you. I think you're going to surprise yourself at your strength and your courage that you're going to exhibit in this, and how fulfilled you'll be once you start just dipping your toe in that pond. But all it takes is one step, just one step toward your dreams, and you're going to start to build a new sense of confidence, and you'll want to do it more and more and more, and it will grow more and more and more. So I hope you found this reading to be helpful. And until I see you again, take care.